So we're looking at the California short sale listing addendum, and I think it's a good framework for going over all your options. And we're going to cover loan modification in this one. Then we're going to cover foreclosure, deed in lieu, and bankruptcy in the next ones. And then we're going to come down and we're going to talk about short sale. We're going to talk about taxes, junior liens. We've got a lot to talk about, but today we're just right now in this video, we're talking about loan modification. And I'm going to, as an attorney, I'm going to comment on it and talk to you about how you can do better. A loan modification is an agreement, an arrangement between a borrower and a lender. It can involve a reduction in the interest rate on the loan, a deferment of payments on the loan, an extension of time to pay back the loan, a reduction in principal of the loan, a combination of these possibilities, or other changes to the repayment plan. A loan modification requires the consent of both lender and borrower. In the beginning, at times, we weren't calling them loan mods, but we were calling them principal reductions. There were some principal reductions. That's what people really wanted. Sometimes they could get loan modifications done where all the lender really did was say, well, we're going to take what you owe and we're going to put it on the back. Because they were doing calculations on principal, interest, taxes, insurance, their pity payments, what they could afford. They were using formulas. And it was like the odd person who had a temporary reduction, but then their income was going to come back. And they'd fit into one type. There was other people who they didn't have the income to support a loan modification. So people were trying to get loan modifications. The banks were delaying. Their credit was going bad. Sometimes, like a friend of mine was trying to do a loan mod, didn't get it. And they're like, well, we're foreclosing in 21 days. Well, then he needed a lawyer. We wound up getting the foreclosure delayed, and we did a short sale. Be careful about dual tracking. The lenders aren't supposed to do it. Some of them signed agreements with California that they won't do it, but be careful. Make sure you're not working on a loan mod as your foreclosure timeline is ticking. That can really compromise you. I charged for 4 loan modifications back then. We got 1 or 2 done. I don't really remember all of them. I just know I worked with the people, and I was very happy. I wasn't one of the people who took in 20, 30, 40, 50 loan mod clients. They took a lot of work, and they didn't turn out well for most people in terms of they didn't really get the deals that they wanted to make it worthwhile. It can still happen, though, if you're the right person and you fit in with the right interest rates, you're well advised, and you leverage California law to get what you want. It could be done. I would not be charging for them at this stage, but I'm more than willing to talk to you further when I see, like if we're going over in one of our strategy sessions. If I was going over all your options, I might have more insight into for you on your particular loan mod. But I would say for most people, the thing is, be prepared. Like they're going to want to know your assets and your income, and you want to try to get as much information as you can ahead of time about whether you're going to qualify if this happens. They're going to say nothing. So my main advice is don't let them run the foreclosure clock on you while you're working this out. So that's loan modification. The next one, we're going to talk about foreclosure. And really, I'm going to talk to you about how to make your foreclosure a strategic foreclosure or a walkaway plan. We'll talk about 1 or 2 loans. We'll talk about recourse and non-recourse. It could be a little bit longer of a video. Thank you.